Hey guys, finding the perfect gift for the food lover in your life is easy, thanks to Goldbelly. Goldbelly ships America's most iconic foods, straight from world-famous restaurants right to your door. So if you want to treat someone to Joe's Stone Crab from Miami, Franklin Barbecue from Texas, or desserts from famous foodies like Ina Garten or Martha Stewart, Goldbelly has you covered. Just go to goldbelly.com and for a limited time, get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT. That's promo code GIFT.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
While we get ready for season 22 of 5-Minute Biographies, join us for a 10-part special. Over 10 working days, we will present 10 biographies of fictional characters, but presented as if those characters were real, just for fun. I hope you enjoy them. This is episode 3, Elizabeth Bennet. Among the notable women of early 19th century England, few have left such a vivid impression on history and society as Elizabeth Bennet. Intelligent, spirited, and unafraid to defy convention, she embodied the gradual shift from rigid Georgian propriety toward a more modern understanding of individual thought and independence. Her life, shaped by family, love, and social expectation, remains one of the clearest reflections of the complexities facing women of her era. Elizabeth Bennet was born in the closing years of the 18th century, the second of 5 daughters to Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Bennet of Longbourn, a modest estate near the Hertfordshire village of Meryton. The Bennets were members of the landed gentry, a class caught between aristocratic wealth and the industrious middle class emerging at the turn of the century. Elizabeth's father was known for his dry wit and preference for books over society, while her mother's chief ambition lay in securing prosperous marriages for her daughters. In a household full of noise, laughter, and frequent embarrassment, Elizabeth's intelligence and composure set her apart. Educated at home under her father's guidance, she developed a sharp intellect and a taste for reading, which was unusual in young women of her station. Her upbringing instilled in her both the manners expected of a genteel young lady and a keen awareness of the limitations imposed by inheritance laws and gender norms. The Bennet estate, entailed to a male heir, meant that Elizabeth and her sisters faced an uncertain financial future. Yet she seemed determined not to let circumstance dictate the boundaries of her happiness. Those who knew Elizabeth in her youth often remarked upon her lively expression and quick tongue. She possessed, as one contemporary put it, a mind too strong for idleness and a heart too honest for artifice. Unlike many of her contemporaries, she was not easily flattered and had little patience for vanity or pretension. Her independence of thought sometimes scandalized more traditional acquaintances. She was known to engage in spirited debates, even with men of higher rank, and had a particular dislike for those who valued lineage above character. Yet her confidence was tempered by genuine warmth and compassion, qualities that made her widely admired among her friends and family. In 1811, the arrival of 2 wealthy bachelors in the neighbourhood, Charles Bingley and his friend Fitzwilliam Darcy, altered the course of Elizabeth's life. Bingley's good nature quickly endeared him to her eldest sister Jane, while Darcy's proud demeanour provoked in Elizabeth an equal measure of amusement and irritation. At first, Elizabeth found Darcy's manner insufferable. His hauteur at public gatherings, coupled with an unguarded remark about her being tolerable, but not handsome enough to tempt me, ensured that her opinion of him was set. When the obsequious clergyman Mr. Collins proposed marriage soon afterwards, Elizabeth's refusal shocked her mother but delighted her father, who valued his daughter's courage to reject a comfortable match that lacked affection. In the months that followed, Elizabeth's acquaintance with George Wickham, a charming but unreliable officer, deepened her dislike of Darcy. Wickham's tales of injustice at Darcy's hands painted the man as cruel and arrogant. It was not until later, through Darcy's own frank explanation, that she learned the truth. Wickham had squandered his inheritance and attempted to elope with Darcy's younger sister for her fortune. The revelation forced Elizabeth to confront her own prejudice. "Till this moment, I never knew myself," she is reported to have said, marking one of the most profound turning points in her life. Elizabeth's visit to the north of England in the summer of 1812 proved equally transformative. When she and her relatives toured Darcy's estate, Pemberley, she was struck not only by its beauty, but by the respect and affection shown to its master by his servants. Her opinion of Darcy softened further when he greeted her with unexpected warmth, showing no resentment over their past disagreements. Shortly afterwards, news reached her that her younger sister, Lydia, had eloped with Wickham, threatening the family's reputation. Unknown to Elizabeth at the time, Darcy quietly intervened, locating the couple, arranging their marriage, and ensuring Lydia's honour was preserved. When she later learned of his actions, Elizabeth was moved by both his generosity and his discretion. By the close of 1812, Elizabeth's opinion of Darcy had transformed entirely, as had his of her. His renewed proposal, this time humble and heartfelt, was accepted with equal affection. Their marriage, in 1813, was widely noted not only for its union of love and respect, but for bridging a considerable social divide. As mistress of Pemberley, Elizabeth's intelligence and warmth proved invaluable. She became known for her kindness to tenants, her efficient management of the estate, and her ability to engage even the most formidable of Darcy's aristocratic relations on equal terms. Her charm, coupled with her husband's integrity, made them one of the most admired couples in Derbyshire society. Those who visited Pemberley often spoke of the balance between their temperaments. Darcy's seriousness softened by Elizabeth's wit, and her spirited nature steadied by his calm sense of honour. Their marriage was considered proof that equality of mind could be as strong a foundation for happiness as equality of birth. Elizabeth Bennet's life marked a subtle yet significant turning point in social expectations for women of her time. She demonstrated that intelligence, independence, and virtue could coexist with grace and respectability. In an age when marriage was often viewed as an economic arrangement, she insisted on affection and mutual respect as its foundation. Her refusal to marry for convenience and her eventual triumph, finding both love and stability without compromising her principles, made her a quiet icon of feminine self-determination in Regency England. Her story circulated widely in domestic accounts and was often cited in drawing rooms as a lesson in discernment, humility, and courage. Those who knew her in later years described her as a devoted mother and steadfast friend. She remained close to her elder sister Jane, who settled nearby, and continued to serve as a voice of reason within her extended family. Her blend of rational judgment and emotional intelligence became the model for an emerging ideal of the modern gentlewoman, one who could think as clearly as she could feel deeply. Historians now view Elizabeth Bennet as emblematic of a broader societal shift. Her insistence on personal happiness, moral integrity, and intellectual equality anticipated the changes that would define the Victorian age to come. Though she lived in a world still bound by hierarchy and inheritance, she showed that dignity could be earned through character rather than birthright. In literature and education, her life is often cited in discussions of early 19th century gender roles, moral philosophy, and the evolution of social mobility. Scholars of the period have noted that her marriage to Darcy represented not simply a romantic union, but the reconciliation of old wealth and new merit, an allegory for Britain's gradual transition from aristocratic rigidity to enlightened modernity. Elizabeth Bennet's life stands as a testament to the power of wit, integrity, and emotional courage. In an age that often silenced women of intellect, she spoke with honesty. In a society obsessed with status, she valued sincerity. And in a world quick to judge, she learned to see beyond appearances. Her story endures because it captures something timeless: the belief that understanding oneself is the first step toward understanding others. In her own quiet, determined way, Elizabeth Bennet helped redefine what it meant to be both a lady and an individual, and in doing so, left a legacy as enduring as the English countryside she called home. Thanks for listening to the 5-Minute Biographies podcast from 5minutebiographies.com. If you enjoyed the show, please leave us a review wherever you get your podcasts, or if you would like to support us more directly, why not consider buying us a coffee? Head on over to 5minutebiographies.com/coffee to see how. Also, why not check out our other 5-minute podcasts, which you can find at 5minuteproductions.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.